Hello, and welcome to the Soul of Innovation podcast. I am the host, Thomas Anglero, and my mission for this podcast is to share with you those private thoughts and reflections that I have being one of the top keynote speakers around the world on technology, motivation, and innovation. I hope you truly enjoy all the lessons I share, all the dots I connect that sometimes are just really difficult to get out, but it's all for you. I truly hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to the Soul of Innovation podcast. I am Thomas Anglero, and I want you to think about how much power your words have on other people's lives and your own. The little things that you say to you could spend 5-10 seconds saying something, can change another person's life, and it has. And it has. How many times has you've gone to someone and they said something to you and that light bulb in your head went off? Or you felt something inside you that was that this is right. That this means something to me. And that person could have been just just jabbering away. But it didn't matter. It was just a few words said at the right time in your life, at the right frequency, at the right volume, at the right moment that changed your life. Have you ever thought about how many times you've done that for other people? I mean, we're all in this together. Let me tell you a story. I was at the beach once, and this guy came up to me. He had seen me present before, and he wanted to talk, and I could see he wanted to have a really heavy talk. So we sat away from everyone, and he told me about how he's hungry. I mean, this guy's a grinder. This guy has started up companies. He has an idea. He tells his wife, I got to do this. And he just does it even though he knows it's not going to make money or it's going to conflict with his existing job. He even quit one of his jobs to go follow an idea he had. I like this guy, right? This is somebody who's alive. For good and for bad, based on what his wife said. But I get it, there's a cost to all that stuff. And he came to me and he told me his story. And one story was that he started this restaurant, grinded at it for 9 months. 6 months in, he realized, grind at it for 3 years. Grind at it for 3 years. And with 6 months left to go in his contract or something, with a lease or something, he said, we're done. I'm selling the place. So it took him 6 months, 6 months to sell it, found somebody to buy it. And he says, we've been doing everything. Let's go out with this last event we're going to do. And I always wanted to do this event as long as I owned this restaurant. He had been working really hard, and he got these people to convince to do it. Anyway, he did the event, and the event generated 4 times the revenue that they had made all year. 4 times the revenue. He had broke through. He had figured out what the business model was. He had figured out his niche. He had figured out how to make money, but it was too late. He didn't believe in himself enough. He did everything he has been always doing. He committed to himself. He executed on his plan, but he didn't wait long enough. Have you done that? Have you executed on a plan? Have you had an idea? I'm going to do this, and you stick with it for a time, but then you sort of give up on yourself. The first thing that comes to my mind is a gym, right? We all have a gym membership. We all start off going there a whole bunch of times. Yeah. No, not today. Right at that breaking point, He had another story that was similar. And then he told me a third story. A little different. But from me being an outsider, it is the same. So I told him, listen, let me clear the fog in your head. The one consistency in your life, the one red thread throughout your life is that you don't go all the way. You have to stay true to you. When in his life, whenever he stood true to himself, think about this for yourself. Whenever you stood true to you, you did the best thing for you. You didn't care what other people said. You only did what made you feel good. You didn't think about the money. You didn't think about the amount of time it took. You didn't think about that you wouldn't get any sleep. You didn't think about whatever. You said, this is what makes me happy. How much do you follow through with that? How much time do you dedicate to this was what makes me happy? What percentage of your day is made up of this is what makes me happy? He did that, but he couldn't follow through long enough 3 times in his life on 3 different ventures. And he was there every single time, but at the very end, he gave up just before he broke through. How many times you do something for yourself and you're happy and you feel good and you know you should be prioritizing that and you don't follow through? Do you know what you've missed? You probably missed your destiny. And I don't say you missed it. Let me be nice. You postponed. You postponed your destiny. Why aren't you focusing on what you're meant to do? That thing that you know you're supposed to be doing. Maybe you're working hard your whole career, you moved up the corporate ladder and everything. But is that what you're meant to do? Maybe you've been a really good father, and now you're a grandfather. You got your granddaughter on your leg. That's phenomenal. But let me ask you, in the last 30, 40 years, have you been doing what you were meant to do? Are the stories you're about to tell your granddaughter who's on your knee and looking up at you as if you are everything, are those the stories of your life, or are those the stories of the life of what you were meant to be? So many times I talk to people that when they do what they meant to, what they love doing, where they don't think about the money, they don't think about what people think about themselves. I remember a very good friend of mine. She was great in college. She had long, beautiful blonde hair that went down beyond, lower than her butt. It was long. And she was known for that. Everybody knew her with this long hair. Then one day she came to school and she had cut off half of all the hair on her head, literally right down the middle. On the right side, she was bald. On the left side, it was the long hair all the way down to her butt. She said, "This is who I'm meant to be." She goes, "I don't remember any criticism when I ask her about it now." That's when you know what you're doing, what you're meant to be, who you're meant to be, and what you're meant to do, is when you see the world as only you see it, because this is who you are and you're doing what you do. How many times have you done that? That you've done something and you don't remember any criticism, you don't remember anybody staring at you, you don't remember anybody commenting? Or do you spend all your time saying, God, this person said this person did this? Then you're not doing and being who you're meant to be. And if you would have, or if you do be the person you're supposed to be, if you do execute on the things that make you happy, that you know that you should be doing, that just complete you, if you do this consistently over time, you're going to end up where you're supposed to be, in the situation you're supposed to be, with this person you're supposed to be, with the financial situation you're supposed to have, with the blah, 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 what you're supposed to have, on and on and on and on. As a matter of fact, you might reach a point that all that stuff doesn't matter because you're so damn happy. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why don't we use time for ourselves? We use so much time based on what other people say about us, and it hurts our feelings. It consumes our mind. It consumes us when we go to bed. It consumes us when we wake up. When it's really all about just us being ourselves. Just be happy and just do what the hell you want to do, what you're meant to do. That's all you got to do. So I told this guy that. You should have seen him. I swear to you. He told a lot of jokes before this, of course, and making fun of he had a little bit of a gut. But you should have seen him when the light bulb went off in his head. Those 3 stories, when I told him that was the red thread. He goes, he says, you just cleared up my whole life. He goes, I get it. And I swear to you, his stomach went in. He didn't suck it in. It went in. I think within his mind, he knew he was upset about himself. He was disappointed about himself. But then when he saw that he is the perfect person and that everything he's done was perfect and that all he had to do was just keep on going and being himself and that everything was perfect, I swear to you, the body came in. The muscles appeared, right? The body became healthy in an instant. It was amazing. I'm not joking. This is true. And I realized that our minds, our thoughts are reflected in our physical state of being. And when we feel really good about ourselves, it shows on us physically. So that's pretty powerful if you think about the number of obese people out there. I want to leave you with one last word. Be you. Don't worry about anything else. Can you imagine how happy everybody's going to see you being so happy, being you? You'll change physically. You'll change mentally. You'll change everybody around you. You're going to be that person that you know you've always wanted to be. And all it takes is you to just consistently be you. You don't have to think. You don't have to read a book. You don't have to listen to a podcast. All you got to do is be yourself. That's it. All the time. Be consistent. Don't give up. Be you. Don't give up. No distractions. Keep on being you. And then you'll break through. And you know you'll break through when you're no longer trying to be you. It's just who you are. Go forth and spread beauty and light. I love you. And until the next time. Thank you for listening to that episode. If you want to contact me, you can contact me on my website at englaro.com. And you can also subscribe to the newsletter. Or you can find me anywhere on social media with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you very soon.